Hey guys, Marlo back again, and it is April 23rd. It is 2 a.m., 2 in the morning, and I just can't sleep. I work night shift, so I just have nights like this where I just can't sleep when I'm off. So thought I'd do a video on some of my Spider-Woman collectibles, or some of the items in my collection that are Spider-Woman related. Got these two items in recently, so I figured let's just combine this video and do two unboxings. We have here this PVC statue. Who made this? Let's see. I think it's a Diamond Gallery exclusive, or Diamond Gallery statue here of Spider-Woman. Got this used for 35 bucks. That's 35 bucks shipped too, so that's a really great deal, considering I do see the statue going for $50 before shipping. So again, a great deal for me. Don't quite care for the box. It looks like it's a little bit banged up here, as I pretty much just want the statue inside, and as long as the statue inside is, you know, like in new condition basically, I'll be happy. So we'll take a look at that. I'm gonna trash the box like I said. And I also got this 1/6 scale Spider-Woman figure. It's a third-party figure by Toys Era. Came in this brown shipper here that was in another box, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But before we do so, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the Spider-Woman comics in my collection. Since I've been getting back into comics, I have here a slab of Spider-Woman in her first appearance here. This is a 9.0, and again it's in Marvel Spotlight number 32, her first appearance here. Really nice copy for 9.0. I mean, it's really clean, displays really nicely, and I don't know, I even thought it should be a little bit higher than a 9.0. Looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Again, just a nice copy to display. The back of the copy is nice and clean, nice and bright, as you can see there. And let's see, I do have this. This is her second appearance in Marvel 2-in-1. She doesn't show up till the very end of the comic book. I think there's only like one panel where she shows up. But I had this in the collection too. I didn't even realize it until I looked it up recently, and I was like, oh, she's in here also? I mainly got this for, you know, Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, so he'll be coming up soon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, good to know that she's in there. I guess her third appearance would be in another Marvel 2-in-1 issue. This one here, number 30, which is the issue following the other one there with the Master of Kung Fu. So this is her third appearance, I guess you could say, or second full appearance in Marvel 2-in-1 there. This is the cover. Really nice cover. This is probably, let's see, I'm looking it over. This could be a 9.8. I mean, it's really clean. Definitely like in the 9 range, so at least a 9.6, something like that. So again, a good copy there. Her sort of third appearance. And moving on, let's see, what do I have here? Oh, I have another slab of her first appearance in her own series here. This is a 9.8. It's an off-white to white copy here, and still displays really nicely, but I didn't realize I had a bunch of other Spider-Woman issues in my collection. I've just been collecting comics for so long, and I have just been trying to organize my comics, and I've been digging up copies randomly here and there. I found another copy that I have, and I think this is an even better copy here. This display is just a little bit brighter in my opinion, if you can kind of see the two. Let's see, I'll try to stand overhead. This is just a little bit brighter, the whites, and I believe the pages on this one would be more of a white as opposed to the off-white. So anyways, another copy there. I should try to get this slab someday. And let's see, moving on. Okay, these are some Thrasher copies I have. I do have a huge collection of Spider-Woman. I almost have the full run. Let's see, what is this? This is some of my Hulk stuff. trying to do this with one hand. And here we go, Spider-Woman. Here we go, another copy of number 1. Like I said, this one is not in as great a shape, but I mean, it's still probably at least an 8.0, maybe something like that, but definitely a decent copy. Starting from around here. Okay, oh no, that's number 4 already. Let's move that over. Where is number 2? Okay. Okay, looks like I have yet another copy. Geez, how many copies do I have? This one looks like at least a 9.0. A little bit better than that other copy I have there. This is number 2. This is going to be kind of a long video. So I'm going to go through everything. Number 3. And then we have number... Let's see. Oh boy. I'm just laying everything out here on my bed. 4. 5. Oh no, this is number 4. I got 2 copies of number 4. Oh boy. Like I said, I just have a bunch of copies here and there. This might be easier. So here we have number 5. Number 6. 7. 8. I am missing some copies, so maybe some of you guys out there can help me try to fill in the gaps. That would be great. Okay, I got 2 copies of 8 there. Number 9. Gosh, got 2 copies of number 9 too. Okay, these are again my... Oh no, this is number 10. You can see I got another copy there. Again, a Thrasher copy and a good copy there. What the heck? I'm getting confused now. Okay, I actually have 2 decent copies and a Thrasher copy. I think I put my Thrasher copies down there somewhere. And let's move on to some... I guess I had them flipped over to take care of them a little better. There's number 4 again? What the heck? Okay, number 11, 12, 13, 14. Some of you guys might find this interesting, just seeing all these different covers. Some of you might just be bored. If so, I guess you can always fast forward the video. So I'm missing some there. There's, what is that, 15. So I have 17 here. Looks like I have 2 copies. Missing 16. So we have 18, 23, 24, yeah, where are we? Another copy of 24. Like I said, guys, I have multiple copies. 28. 29, back with Spider-Man. 31, so I'm missing another issue there. I guess issue 30. Don't have my glasses on. Okay, 32. Werewolf by Night. 34. So what am I missing there? 32. I'm missing 33. So yeah, we have 34. 35. 36. 30, set 38, okay. Looks like I might have, yeah, I have 2 copies of this. 39, I love this cover. Pretty cool. 40. 42. Again, I'm missing an issue there. 43. And yeah, it looks like I have 2 copies of this. 44. 45. 46. 2 copies of that. 47. And I'm missing a few copies there because now we skip to the last issue, which is this one here, number 50. And yes, the startling conclusion of the Spider-Woman saga. So pretty cool picture cover there. Spider-Woman. What do I have after these? That's it, some X-Men stuff. Okay, so moving on to some other Spider-Woman related books. This is a reprint. It's just for the heck of it. This came with some of the Toy Biz figures. Just have that laying around. She makes an appearance here. This is the first appearance of Rogue in Avengers Annual number 10. Got 2 minty copies here. They're probably both in the 9 point something range. So good copies there. And moving on to the latest Spider-Woman comics that I picked up before the whole pandemic thing. This is the regular cover to Spider-Woman number 1. One of the variants here with her new costume. Not too crazy about that. There, that's kind of cool. And yet another variant here. Forget what they call this one, but this was like a chase or secret cover or something like that. Again, pretty much similar to the other 2 there, just with a different looking costume. This one is another variant by Artgerm. Really love Artgerm stuff. Bruce Timm, of course, from the Warner Brothers DC animated series stuff, such as Batman and Superman, Justice League. So Bruce Timm. Peach Momoko, who is very popular right now. Not the biggest fan of her stuff, but I appreciate her stuff. Not too bad. Pretty cool. And this one is by Andrew Kade. And again, another cool cover there. And last but not least, we have J. Scott Campbell. Very cool piece, as always. He does amazing women, especially superhero women. So, anyways, we have the PVC statue. Let's go ahead and crack this open and move on to the 1/6 scale figure there and take a closer look at both of these. And here we have the PVC figure out of the package. Once again, the back of the box. If you want to read all that, go ahead and pause the video and hopefully you can make all of that out. But moving on to the figure once again, I have my ruler here. You can see she stands at about 9 inches tall, and she is attached to her base, which is basically a clear spider web type base, as you can see there. Again, she is attached, so you can't really take her off unless you use some force and pry her off of the base there. There's some glue or something. Glue there at the bottom there, attaching her to the base. She does have these venom blasts coming out of her hands there. I kind of wish they were a little bit more greenish color to separate them more from her yellow gloved hands. Often in the comics they do appear a little bit more green, but as you can see there in her first appearance, it is kind of more of a yellow color. But like I said, I often see them as a greenish color, which for me is more what I'm used to. And just to give you guys a look at this figure, I think it's really cool. I also have the Bishoujo Kotobukiya figure of Spider-Woman somewhere. And I have a ton of other figures of Spider-Woman, such as from Marvel Legends and again Marvel Select, their action figure line. So again, just a big fan of Spider-Woman overall. Really nice sculpting there, nice booty, awesome dynamic pose. Just really love this figure and glad to have picked it up at a good price. Again, about $35 shipped, which is basically, I think shipping's probably close to 10 bucks, so it's kind of like I got this for 25 bucks. Again, an awesome figure. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's a pretty cool figure? And yeah. Once again, pretty cool. You can see the base there. And not much else to this figure. I mean, it is a PVC figure. These are attached, so you can't take these off, unfortunately. And it is a softer plastic, as you can see there. So no worry about it breaking off or whatever while on display. So I do prefer PVC statues over, you know, the polystone type statues, because I don't know, as beautiful as a lot of them are, I just fear that a lot of those will break someday, especially living in California or like in the Philippines where there tends to be a lot of earthquakes. Oh man, I'm just so fearful of statues breaking. So there you have it, guys. I don't have my normal review table with me. Like I said, it's 2 in the morning. My brother usually uses that in his room and I don't want to wake him up. So just doing this review on my bed. Just doing it guerrilla style for you guys. And here is the box to the Toys Era figure. They're calling her the Lady Crimson. See there. Again, Toys Era. So basically a third-party figure. Let me get it out of this plastic for you guys so we can take a closer look at the box details. Okay, so once again the Toys Era box with the plastic wrap taken off. The bottom side of the box there, the side once again, and the back side. Let's see, there's nothing significant here, just a bunch of warning stuff. If you want, you can pause the video again if you want to read any of this a little bit more carefully, especially if you can read some Chinese there. And again, just basically a shoebox style box. Let's see if I can get this open. And let's see, how does this go? Okay, it looks like she's hanging upside down there. Hopefully you can make that out. Some comic images. Cardboard flap there. Remove this. Looks like some foam. Inserts. And we have the figure inside. 2 extra, no, it looks like 4 extra hands there. And the figure itself. Okay. And let's see if there's anything else. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, didn't expect that. There's actually a display base, so that's good to know. So let's take all those out. And they actually put Lady Crimson there. Gonna have to customize that and put something like Spider-Woman there instead. So, yep. Let me get all of this stuff out, get her posed up for you guys so we can take a better look at the figure out of package. And here we have Lady Crimson out of the box. And right away, I know she's not perfect. I paid about $130 shipped for this figure from Hong Kong. Not terribly cheap, but not too bad. I mean, again, it is a 1/6 scale figure, and normally a lot of these 1/6 scale figures these days run over $200, so considering that, it's not too bad. Again, I'm just a big fan, and I wanted a 1/6 scale Spider-Woman in the collection in this outfit. Let's take a closer look at her height here. And again, she is supposed to be a 1/6 scale figure, but she stands at about a little over 11 inches tall there, from the base to the top of her head. So not quite 12 inches tall. So making her a little bit shorter than other 1/6 scale figures, but you know, again, not too out of scale there. Let's see, her other accessories here are the open hands, as well as these more posed hands there for her, I guess, more dynamic looks, or for shooting her blasts, her venom blasts. And again, the figure, let's take a look at the head and the sculpt down there. Let me see if I can adjust the light a little bit. First off, the mask is a little bit off. They should have just had it come right to the top of the triangle there, sort of like what you can see there. So you should have been able to see a little bit of her forehead at the top there, so they kind of messed that up. But I'm thinking I can just kind of cover that up with some of her hair, with some futzing, something like that, because I often like her with her hair kind of coming forward, so that way she looks a lot better in my opinion. So again, just some futzing to, again, cover up that big forehead a little bit more. So that'll help with that, with some product or something. And moving on to the figure itself. Let's see, the display stand there is not too bad. The figure, I was actually hoping to port it over to maybe a better figure. But unfortunately, I was checking out the back, as you can see there. It looks like they glued it shut. So it is pretty much sealed, and I don't want to really ruin it. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate that it's a permanent fix. I mean, I guess you could always force it open, but again, you're going to be stuck with the back that you need to reseal, so I don't know if I'm going to be bold enough to try that. The suit seems to be pretty decent quality. Hopefully it won't rip or fall apart over time. Looks like the print was just kind of, yeah, basically just printed over the material. But it's just the proportions there. I don't really care for these funky hips. Kind of protrude forward quite a bit. But again, if you were to pose her a certain way, I guess you can kind of hide that. Butt's a little bit lumpy there. And as far as articulation, the arms do go out. I prefer it to be a little bit tighter. Elbows bend pretty good, as you can see there. No rotation at the wrists because of the gloves, so you basically just have to rotate the whole glove, like so. The breasts are sort of a softer material. There's some ab crunching going on there. The legs can go out, I don't know, maybe about so far, because again, the costume is just a tight-fitting outfit. You don't want to rip anything, so can't really spread the legs too much. And you do get double joints at the knees, like so. You can bend it all the way back, so not too bad there. Again, I wouldn't leave it posed like that too long. Might stretch the fabric out a little bit too much. And of course, you can rotate the bottom of the feet there with the boots. So the boots do come off. You can see there, it's just a little peg that plugs into the bottom of the base there. And for the gloves, same thing. Just plug it in there. And you can see the little peg. Doesn't come with any extra pegs, unfortunately, so you got to be careful with those, especially with the wrists. You don't want to break those. If you did, hopefully you have some similar replacement pegs somewhere, maybe with your Hot Toys figures or some other third-party 1/6 scale figures. So let me try to swap out the hands and try to get her posed up a little bit to see how cool she can look on display. Again, just those funky hips. Oh, God, those are awful. Okay. And here once again we have the Lady Crimson figure, or Spider-Woman figure, posed up just a little bit with the hand swapped out, just to give you guys an idea of how she can look on your display. Kind of pull the hair forward, like I said, just to kind of cover up that big forehead. Again, with some product, you can probably pull it off a little bit better, but just wanted to give you guys a really quick idea of how a little bit better that way, in my opinion. Again, just going to take some time to put a little bit loose on mine. I wanted to pull it back, but as you can see, it tends to spring forward. Again, because of the tightness of the outfit and just the overall looseness of the joints. So again, I can't really fix that unless I crack open the outfit, you know, to tighten the joints there. So that's a bit unfortunate, but this is the Toys R Us Spider-Woman figure. Let me do one quick comparison with a Hot Toys Wonder Woman here. You can see how tall she is. Let me try to straighten out the Spider-Woman real scales quite nicely in any 1/6 scale collection there. So again, not too bad, just a little bit shorter than Wonder Woman. Lengthy video on some of my Spider-Man or Spider-Woman comic collectibles and figures in the collection. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, share the video, like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Take care, guys. As always, keep on collecting, stay safe, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.